You cannot serve in Enugu. Why, Dad? I will use my connection to bring you to Lagos. Your NYSC must be in Lagos.
Imagine having everything money could buy, but still feeling trapped. Private jets, luxury cars, billions in the bank. Yet the one thing Ethan Adewale desperately wanted was freedom. Lagos, Nigeria, a city where dreams are built, fortunes are made, and power rules everything. And among the most powerful men in Africa stood one name, Chief Richard Adewale, a billionaire, a business empire owner, a man whose influence stretched across continents. But this story isn't about him. It's about his only son, Ethan Adewale, a young man born into unimaginable wealth. From the day he opened his eyes, life handed him everything. The best schools, the finest clothes, luxury cars, private jets, everything. But behind the expensive lifestyle, behind the perfect image everyone admired, Ethan carried a secret. He wasn't happy. Every morning he would stand by the giant windows of his father's mansion, staring out at the city below, not with pride, but with emptiness. Because while everyone saw a privileged young man, Ethan felt like a prisoner of expectations, a prisoner of wealth, a prisoner of a life someone else had chosen for him. And the person holding the key to that prison was his father, Chief Richard Adewale, a man respected by millions, feared by competitors, obeyed by everyone around him. In the boardroom, nobody dared question him. At home, things were no different, especially when it came to Ethan. One evening during dinner, Chief Richard looked directly at his son and said, "Never forget who you are. You are an Adewale. You must be careful who you associate with. One day, everything I own will belong to you." Words Ethan had heard 1,000 times before, but what his father didn't understand was this. Ethan didn't want the empire. He wanted a life, his own life. That night, standing alone on the mansion balcony overlooking the bright lights of Lagos, Ethan whispered something he had never dared say aloud. "When will I get to live my own life?" Only one person truly understood him, his mother, Victoria. She saw the sadness hidden behind his smile, and although she loved her husband, she knew Ethan was suffocating. Then, everything changed. One ordinary morning, a single letter arrived. An NYSC deployment letter. Ethan opened it, his eyes scanned the page, and suddenly, a smile appeared on his face. His state of deployment, Enugu State, for the first time in months, he felt excited. Finally, a chance to experience real life, a chance to leave the golden cage. But when his father heard the news, his reaction was immediate. Absolutely not. Within minutes, phones were ringing, assistants were running, influence was being used. Chief Richard wanted the deployment changed. He wanted Ethan to remain in Lagos, safe, protected, controlled. When Ethan learned what his father had done, he confronted him, and for the first time in his life, he stood his ground. "It's supposed to be service, father. It's supposed to be real life." But Chief Richard refused. "I forbid it." The room fell silent. For years, Ethan had obeyed every instruction, every order, every decision, but not this time. Looking directly into his father's eyes, he said, with respect, "I'm going." And just like that, everything changed. For the first time ever, the billionaire's son chose his own path, ignoring wealth, ignoring power, ignoring fear. He packed a simple travel bag, no luxury accessories, no expensive luggage, just the essentials. His mother watched quietly. Then she hugged him and whispered words he would never forget. "Follow your heart. I'm proud of you." The next morning, Ethan walked through the airport alone. No private jet, no security escorts, no special treatment, just another young Nigerian reporting for NYSC. And as the plane lifted into the sky, something inside him changed. For the first time in his life, he felt free. But while Ethan was flying toward Enugu, fate was preparing something even bigger, because somewhere in that same city, A young orphan named Maya Okafor was chasing her own dream. She had no wealthy parents, no mansion, no fortune, only determination and a dream of becoming a doctor. She had no idea a billionaire's son was on his way, and Ethan had no idea that meeting Maya would change his life forever. Follow me for part 2 and more interesting stories.